I wanted to take the time to give you my dead honest review of my experience in Impact Academy. I get a lot of questions about Impact Academy. Is it a scam? Is it legit? Did you have any success with it? Did you make any money? Are you able to achieve what it is that they're telling you can achieve? All these questions. Now, I have had a really amazing experience with Impact Academy, and this is coming from someone who, prior to me joining Impact, I was trying to create a successful online yoga business. I had a yoga studio for 5 years. I closed that down and was so excited to have an online yoga business because I thought, oh my God, my fees, my overheads, all of my expenses are going to be so much lower than having a brick and mortar space. What could go wrong with having an online business? Like, I have so many people to pull from. Surely it's just going to, be achievable. Now, I was posting all the time on socials. I was contacting the emails that I had. I had my online courses set up, and I still was not making any money for the amount of time that I was putting into it. Fair enough, if I was putting in like maybe 3 hours a week, 5 hours a week, and it was just a bit of a passion project, but I was putting in 20 plus hours a week. And it got to the point where, since I was making nothing, I really had to make that decision. Am I going to continue on with this? Is this something that is not going to be successful? Do I need help? Or do I just admit that no one wants what I have to offer and it's just not going to work? Now, when I saw Impact Academy and their ad, I saw all the little dollar bills floating down, and there was something in it that just made me go, yeah, I'm going to check that out. Because I was having those struggles with an online yoga business set up and just making $200 once a month. And that was not really sustainable for the amount of hours that I was putting into it. So something really drew me in, particularly because I was at that point of do or die. I remember my husband said to me, you got to shit or get off the pot. You've got to make a decision. Are you going to make this work and you're going to continue putting in these hours that you're doing every week? Or are you just going to say it's a passion project and you put in, 3 hours a week and you don't really make much money, but if you don't, that's okay. So I really needed to have something that helped me decide and help me see what I have to offer can work or it doesn't. And I just admit that. So once I joined Impact Academy, I remember the first lesson, the first video lesson, or the first few video lessons that I did within the module, I was like, whoa, light bulb. I realized almost immediately where I had been going wrong. And that was in the first few videos. And what I really love about what they offer is the way that they guide you and the way that they steer you towards being able to discern and understand what is needed and what isn't. Now, one of the biggest things for me when I watched those first few videos was that I realized I did not have a target audience. And even when I did have a target audience, I realized I didn't know what they wanted. I didn't know how to market it to them. And I didn't know what their struggles were. I didn't know any of these things. It was the biggest component ever. And I realized that I actually really needed to know those things to be able to get my audience to see what it is that I had and how that was valuable and how that was useful for them. I didn't have any of that prior to joining. So they really take you through this super amazing, elaborate process on how you initiate an online business in the first place. And the other great thing is that they tell you a whole bunch of things that don't work. And things that as yoga teachers, we often think, oh, I'll just do this or I'll just do that and surely that will work. And that's what I was doing. So I saw those mistakes that I was making immediately. And then honestly, things just excelled and they eventuated from there forward. Now, Impact Academy has so many great resources through their coaching calls, the support that they offer you. They teach you how to utilize ChatGPT AI in a way that is still individual to you and what you're offering and your words, but with that marketing angle, so that you're actually able to speak to people. I remember I just thought, well, I'm interested in these things and I think this is important, but I realized that the people that I was speaking to, and when I defined my audience, they didn't realize that it was important. So I was trying to sell them something that they didn't know that they needed, and it was really just about changing the languaging, changing the wording beginning to understand what it was that they were thinking and how they were feeling, and then how I could actually speak to them on their level and in their language. The coaching calls within Impact Academy are amazing to help you stay on track with the program. The program that they offer you is so strategic, having you focus on what's important and not get distracted by the things that aren't. And that was a big thing for me, where they were constantly bringing me back on track, back on task, because I had a tendency to focus on things that weren't really needed, things that weren't important right now. And they did it in a really empowering way, and in a way that was like, hey, that could be something you explore later on, but right now that's not important. Focus on this, and this is why. And at the end of the day, the ball's in your court. It's really up to you to decide how you want to apply everything that they have to offer. But there are so many amazing components of Impact Academy, things that you would not even consider that are actually instrumental in being able to create a successful online yoga business. Because when I first joined, as I said, I was doing the posting, I was doing the emailing, I was doing all the things. I had the courses, I had all the parts, but I was not making any money. Before I joined, I had just over 1,000 followers on Instagram and around like 300 followers on Facebook. And about 6 months after joining, I was able to bring my following up to 10,000 on Instagram. I'm at around 12,000 on Facebook. I've been able to increase my following on YouTube to around 400 people now, and that's a harder thing to do. But they teach you how to create content, what's needed for long-form content like YouTube, short-form content like TikTok and Instagram and Facebook, and how to actually speak to people in a way that does solve problems that they have, that does hold their attention, and it engages them. So I've been able to grow my following, grow my engagement, turn those followers into contacts, get those email contacts. And then, of course, the biggest thing, I've been able to go from making maybe $200 a month to making now over thousands every month. And that has been one of the biggest things, because the time that I put into this, I really wanted it to equal and translate to money and be compensated financially for that. I love teaching and I love sharing what I'm sharing for my audience, which is yoga teachers, but not if it's going to take something more from me, take away from time with my family beyond, again, just those like passionate hours of maybe 3 to 5 hours a week. No, I was putting in a lot of hours a week, and I wanted that to translate. And now things are getting to the point where they are more automated, and I am able to have more freedom. But this is the thing with Impact Academy, is that if you want that freedom that comes with having an online business, you need to take ownership, you need to take responsibility, and you need to be the one to do the work. So if you are not wanting to do the work, then I would say don't join Impact Academy, because they give you all the tools, they give you the support, they give you the resources, they have groups on there, they have all the other teachers that are in there. There's so much great support for you to succeed, but you have to be the one to put in the work, put in the time. You have to have the desire, and if you have the desire, boom, you will go. You will be super successful in their program. I have had such great transformation with my online business, and I'm still moving in that direction, and I'm still seeing an increase in all of these numbers, and I cannot recommend them enough. So if you're interested, make sure that you click the link in the description of this video, because there is a free training that they offer for you to initiate that process of starting a successful online yoga business. So definitely check out their free training in the description of this video, and let me know if you have any more questions about Impact Academy and what they offer. As I said, I cannot recommend them enough. I've had such a transformative experience through their academy, and I highly suggest that you check them out and give it a try if you're looking to create a successful online yoga business.